We went from cheering for the Activision deal and being like, Call of Duty's going to Game Pass, to celebrating Call of Duty going to Game Pass. Now we're celebrating a price increase and the removal of Call of Duty from Game Pass. They play the public like a fiddle. It's immaculately done. I respect the game. You're making a claim like a fact. You don't know. You're speculating.
Yes.
These are facts.
Yes.
You're a bad listener. That's a fact.
Oh, wow.
You're a terrible listener. I said, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I believe it was price anchoring. Who pointed that out? I don't necessarily think the Copilot thing is directly related to Xbox. I believe, obviously...
Wow. So a lot of people were, and you guys already know this, but a lot of people were celebrating that Xbox has removed Copilot, that they're not going to be implementing it in Xbox. I definitely think that's a W move, right? All these corporations are using AI. Fuck Copilot, right? I don't even use it on Windows, you know what I mean? I'm glad that they're not putting that shit on the console. I think that's a W.
By having it removed from Xbox, but I don't necessarily know if they're connected. I think the timing is a little peculiar. It's like, well, they want you to think, oh, yeah, don't look behind the curtain here. We're just appointing 4 people that are all from Core AI and 1 person from Instacart. Like, I don't know. It feels like she's kind of bringing in her little Avengers team to
wow.
We need war.
She's bringing in her Avengers team. This is what I mean. When they lower the price of Game Pass, they remove Copilot. It's always just Ekabok bad, right? That's why no one takes his conversation seriously, because he's very biased.
Xbox to do what maybe some of us were concerned about. Big Willie.
Yeah, literally.
Stop the fear mongering.
And it's going to continue, right? Because like I said, I want to give you a context before we get into the crash out and everything. So he then continues with this, right? Peep this shit right here.
It's fair to say it hasn't lived up to its promise in many areas. Somebody else tweeted from Microsoft basically talking about it. He has now since deleted his tweet.
Oh.
My guess would be they don't want people talking about that. I think they want the headline right now that Copilot's being removed from Xbox because, again, I think it's smoke and mirrors.
I mean, that is the headline. They did remove it from Xbox.
I think they're trying to hide the fact that she just appointed 4 AI people to be over Xbox. I don't think it's insignificant. I think it's...
I mean, to be fair, she did hire, like, people with AI backgrounds and everything. I'm pretty sure she worked with them previously. But, I mean, people are just looking at what she's doing right now. If it's a good thing, they say yay. If it's a bad thing, they say nay. All right? But even when it's a good thing, you're up here, you got a problem with it. It's crazy, right? He throws these little shots or gives backhanded compliments. He can read the tea leaves about everything Ekbok is doing, but had no comments about PlayStation DRM. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, buddy, right? He didn't.
I hammer them.
I'm glad you reminded me about that. That is a good point.
Significant. It's like, what you got, this guy is going to be in charge of matters of taste, and he's coming from Core AI. And then you got guys that are going to be helping with the subscription and with the growth. I don't know.
I mean, but none of us are in the boardroom, so we'll just have to see what they do, right? I mean, some people are being optimistic. Some people are doom and gloom. We already know what side of the aisle Lono is going to be on.
It's not like she's bringing in one person to oversee efficiencies or something. She brought in an entire, crew.
I'm asking seriously, what does Xbox have to do to make this guy happy? Even a bit of good news is met with scrutiny and fear-mongering. Well, all I can say to that is...
Nope. Not happening.
Xbox is always bad, dude.
We need war.
All right, it's just not going to happen.
With a $5 super chat. Today's my birthday. This might be a tall order, but how about we get the member count back on track?
Oh, that's a plan.
As my present. So Spice King with the super chats asking for us to get back on track, which means we would need, holy mackerel. Yeah, we are way behind this week. I've not paid much attention to it. We're about...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. Sure you haven't. How convenient. This guy super chats in asking for you guys to goddamn...
Now's the time to shell out the funds.
To get you on task for the goal and everything. I mean, 70 Membies. Wicked, right? What day was this out of the week? This was on a Wednesday. Wow.
230 members behind. So
wow.
Everybody check your renewals and your primes and do whatever you got to do. Spice King's requesting that for his birthday. What is Copilot? It's that thing.
Is that a Lono burner account? Yes.
Thing they installed in Windows. It's like an AI assistant.
Okay, right. So then someone asked him, right? Because this whole entire time he's just fear-mongering, right?
Stop the fear-mongering.
So then someone in his audience asked him the $1 million question. And this is what they have to ask.
There it is. So this isn't that a good thing?
Yes. isn't that a good thing, right? Isn't that what you would like to see? I mean, anything could happen, right? I say that shit all the time, but I mean, isn't it a good thing? They lowered the price. They're taking off Copilot and everything. I mean, come on now.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't think them removing Copilot from Xbox means anything. It's them saying,
Oh, but if they would have doubled down on that shit, if they would have rolled out a fucking YouTube video or some shit talking about Copilot on Xbox, oh, buddy, we all know
I hammer them.
you would have fucking hammered them, right? I mean, let's just keep it 1,000, Lono.
This is a failure. Remove it. I don't think they're doing it because of consumers at Xbox wanting it. Consumers across the board have said, we don't want this. That would imagine if you had been going to, a chain restaurant.
Oh, God. Not the food analogy, brother. People didn't like the Copilot on fucking Xbox. Shit, people don't like Copilot on Windows. They took it off of Xbox, Lono. I mean, what do we have to do the food analogies for?
You and your local group of people picketed, boycotted, and had signs and said, get rid of some thing on the menu. There's something on the menu you want them to get rid of. Now, nationwide, that menu item is a failure, and they remove the thing from the menu nationwide. You wouldn't be like, yep, it's because of us. We got them to do it. We
don't want AI. We removed AI. So what's the problem? Well, I guess he's trying to let the Xbox guys know that they didn't do it for the consumers, right? That it was just failed and they were going to remove that anyway. So you can't even call that a W.
We got them to do it. I don't think this has anything
I see y'all saying, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know.
to do with Xbox. I don't think the Copilot situation has anything to do with gamers revolting. The product itself has been a failure. That's why it's being removed. It's being removed basically everywhere. I don't think you're going to see it.
Okay, so I guess it's good they're not doubling down trying to make it work.
Microsoft is seemingly signaling, as the guy tweeted it and then deleted it after it got noticed, that
oh no, the Alex Jones, Lono.
It's being removed. Period. Copilot.
Right. Okay. So then he goes on. The Xbox bad intensifies, right? He's gonna start reading tweets, pulling up tweets and everything. I mean, it's just your basic Lono Xbox bad stream. I tell you, we've documented quite a few of these. But listen to this shit. This shit is funny.
Behind AI, they're not backing away. Here we go. Just wrapped our quarterly earnings call. We are focused on delivering AI infrastructure and solutions that empower every business to eval max their outcomes in this agentic computing era. Our AI business surpassed a $37 billion annual revenue run rate, up 123%. We are at the beginning of one of the most consequential...
Right, Batsy the Waxy says, so wait a minute. The people complained about it. They listened and removed that, and that's a bad thing. Once a pony, always a pony. Yes, literally.
We need war.
The Xbox bad, dude. That's one thing that you guys are going to understand.
Platform shifts that will change the entire tech stack as we move from end-user-driven workloads to workloads driven by end users and agents. It's very, very important that you read this. She's not bringing these people in because, I trust these. These are my homies. Read what the
Yeah. She doesn't trust these guys. They're not her homies.
man just said. We're at the beginning of one of the most consequential platform shifts that will change the entire tech stack. They're moving from end-user-driven workloads to workloads that are driven by end users and agents. They want this in the business. They want it in their own business. Is this gaming news? How is this not gaming news?
I mean, damn, I'm dozing off and shit. Is this gaming news? Great question.
The business. They want it in their own business. Is this gaming news? How is this not gaming news? Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Attention, right?
We need war.
Pay attention, soldier. Don't you know that we
need war.
Don't you see that Xbox is mounting attack? Attention, pay attention. Listen.
Drive TAM expansion and change the value creation equation across the entire economy. To capture this opportunity, we are executing against two major priorities. First, we are building the world's first leading AI infrastructure and agent platform as agents proliferate and become the dominant workload.
But I thought it's all about console sales. Listen. He's up here fear mongering.
Listen, if they're signaling this at the end of a shareholders call, and then Asha walks out and says, yeah, these are my 5 new homies that are in charge of everything at Xbox.
And all I could say, right, and you guys may say I'm being platitudinous, the fact that he's using that word homie, that tells you guys everything you need to know. Anybody who's watched the streams, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, and 4 of them are AI people. I'm telling you, she is from Satya. She is Satya's appointment. She is here to do his bidding. She is not here to save Xbox. She is not here to turn things back around and give you exclusives again.
Oh, and there we go.
You sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
She is not there to give you guys exclusive, right? Because that's what everybody cares about, exclusives, right? The console warrior, goddammit.
We need war.
Right? Calm down, right? She's not going to give you guys exclusives, dude.
Save Xbox. She is not here to turn things back around and give you exclusives again. She's here to turn Xbox into an extension of this plan. That's what they want. All up.
All right. Just a classic fear-mongering. I thought that shit with the fucking pay attention was so goddamn hilarious, right? But he's just going to continue with the fear-mongering. Like I said, I really just want to get you guys caught up, right? I don't want to just show you guys him flipping the fuck out. I want to show you guys, there's beauty in the journey of how we got to this crash out. Yeah, fresh off a Coke sip.
I told you last week. Talk is cheap. The whole we're not.
Yeah, and we documented when you said that last week, this whole talk is cheap thing, and I agree with that, right? Like, my parents would say that shit all the time. But I feel like they've gone farther than just talking, right? They literally lowered the price of Game Pass. They're removing Copilot from Xbox, right? It seems like they're trying to move in the right direction. Who knows how it's going to play out, but it seems like they're listening. They're trying to do the right thing.
No longer Microsoft Gaming, we're Xbox. I told you guys, I was like, this feels cosmetic. It always feels phony with them. It always feels phony. It's like you're doing something else.
Yeah, it always feels phony with them. I mean, brother, Microsoft has hurt this guy.
Every time for the last 6 years, they would say red, they were doing blue in the background. Every time they'd walk out and say, look right, you really should have been looking left. Every time.
Yeah. They never fooled Lono. Lono always had his eyes on the prize.
They're the experts at the looky-loo. They get you to look the wrong direction. And then everybody's like, huh, what? Oh, I can't believe all this stuff happened. I think that's what
I mean, that's not what happened when they raised the price of Game Pass, right? Everybody looked at their goddamn
money.
All right, and they got off that service so damn quick, the damn website crashed.
This is. I think that the name change was cosmetic.
Yeah, but Sony never does that exactly. Mind you, this is fresh off of him hand-waving fucking DRM just a week ago.
I think the price anchoring they pulled with Game Pass was
there wasn't price anchoring. You keep on misusing that term.
Was a 900 IQ play from 1,000 yards out. They're like, we're going to get people to celebrate a price.
Brother, no, they were just fucking stupid. I don't know if they were just greedy. They probably were just greedy. I don't know why they raised the price to $30, but you cannot call that price anchoring. That's not how that word works.
Increase to Game Pass, and we'll do it with price anchoring. I just
he's just wrong and confident. And I could have swore this guy said at one time that he sold like Verizon phones and everything. Like, brother, if you've been a salesman, you know what fucking price anchoring is.
Willingness, the willingness for the press and the pro Xbox folks, the willingness to just go along with this. It's like, I just don't see it. I don't see how anybody's positive about any of this.
And you see, peep what he just did there. It's the same shit over again. The willingness from the press and the willingness of the pro Xbox guys. So he's pretty much already doing like the mouthpiece, dog whistle cope all over again and everything. I mean, this is it's just sad to see. All right. Now watch this, because he's going to continue fear mongering this shit, by the way.
Think about what they achieve with the Game Pass price increase. The fact that people think, oh, you're just bashing Xbox, you are asleep. If you think they raised the price to 30, lowered it to 23, they got their fans to celebrate a price increase.
Their fans did not celebrate the price increase. When they raised the fucking price, everybody canceled that shit to the point where they literally crashed the website. And I think that shit is a W for the consumers, right? You vote with your fucking wallets. And what did they end up doing? They ended up going back on the shit. Right now, it may not be $20 like it was before, but I mean, in today's day and time, right? In today's day and age, right? I mean, some money is better than none.
And the removal of Call of Duty. You talk about playing the public like a fiddle. They're the best at it. They are the absolute best at it. We
Wow.
went from cheering for the Activision deal and being like Call of Duty's going to Game Pass to celebrating Call of Duty going to Game Pass. Now we're celebrating a price increase and the removal of Call of Duty from Game Pass. They play the public like a fiddle. It's immaculately done. I respect the game.
Oh, brother, please, right? Like I said, this is coming from one of the pony generals who was out here hand-waving DRM, throwing a fucking hissy fit. Shut up, Lono.
It's like watching somebody...
Why is he so mad?
We need war.
Oh, he always gets like this when he documents Xbox. Come on, brother.
Come on, you should know this.
This is gaming coverage, by the way, right? So if, and that's a big if, Sony lowers their prices, it's price anchoring. Brother, I don't know why he keeps on saying that shit. To my knowledge, right, because I done had some shiesty-ass salesman jobs, right? Like, if you're going to price anchor something, like, you show the higher price of something, and then you show something more affordable, and you fearmonger with the higher price, and then you expect them to walk out with the lower price. You use the high price to scare them into the lower price. Xbox didn't do that. They literally raised the fucking price and said, here you guys go. All right, and people said, goddamn...
Nope. Not happening.
That is not fucking price anchoring, right? And I'm just saying he used to be a Verizon cell phone salesman. Shit, he should know this,
like
goddammit.
Soccer or basketball, and they break the defender's ankles, and you're like, woof, wow.
There you go.
The way they get the public to just go along with everything they do, it is remarkable.
Wow. And see, now this is what I'm talking about. So now he's calling out the Xbox audience and pretty much calling them sheep, when I think that that's bullshit. And we've seen it for a fucking fact. Because when they raised the price, people got off that shit because $30 was too fucking much. And one thing I know for a fact is all these guys sure did talk about it. All these guys sure did make sure to cover it on their PlayStation podcast. They made sure to talk about how many people were canceling Game Pass. So they didn't fool fucking anybody.
This is conspiratorial at best.
Yes!
Sure. One of the largest, most successful companies with 6 years of misleading marketing tactics, and what I'm saying is conspiratorial. They privated their Xbox Series S video when the CFO said that first-party games were going to be going to other...
Oh, not the darn Series S, right?
We need war.
I'm telling this is how his Xbox streams go every single time. I should have pulled out a bingo card.
Platforms, and that PlayStation and Nintendo were no longer considered competitors. What did Phil Spencer do? We have no plans to put Game Pass on PlayStation and Nintendo, and the public lapped it up. Just 4 games. This is not a signal that everything's going, and yet it was, and the public lapped it up. All while many of us were saying, go read the Verge interview. Same day, Phil Spencer said, nothing's off the table. Within 12 months, there's no red lines. Everything's going. Forza, Halo, Gears. Nothing is safe.
Oh God. They left all the exclusive. They gave PlayStation the exclusive games. Oh my God. It's like, this is the criticism that he has, that they put games on other platforms to make
Money.
When PlayStation did the same thing, even though with PlayStation, I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn, they said, just because we're putting this game on PC doesn't mean we're going to put the other one. And what have they said since then? Nathan. Right? You guys rely on Jason Schreier and shit to get your information.
Nothing is sacred. All sacred cows dismantled. And here we are again.
Oh, you guys hear this? Right? Listen to this. This is insane.
Months, there's no red lines. Everything's going. Forza, Halo, Gears. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. All sacred.
Yeah, nothing is sacred. Brother, what is sacred about fucking having games paywalled, brother? Who gives a fuck? No one cares. Yeah, no one cares for exclusives. Like, what is this guy talk? This guy lives in a whole nother world.
Sacred cows
A whole nother world, right? Still no word on PlayStation pulling back. Yeah, exactly.
dismantled. And here we are again.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Here we are again, yes, and welcome home, Lono. Yes, and Buddy, right? I'm not gonna lie, he's getting even more better with his Xbox map.
We need war.
All right, I mean, here we are again. Yeah, welcome home, Lono.
Here we are again.
Yeah.
They do the very thing. They reverse the very thing that people cheered for, putting Call of Duty on Game Pass. They reverse it.
But I think that was more so just like the icing on the cake, right? I don't think that the value of Game Pass was Call of Duty being in there. And I feel like a lot of people on the service probably would agree.
And they open up the door for first-party games to no longer go day and date.
Stop the fear mongering.
Brother, that door's always been open, right? But if they do that shit, I think they would be removing the value of it. You want that to happen. We've documented how you would fix Game Pass. And you guys remember, he was sitting there cocky and shit smirking. He said, Asha, make sure you're listening to this. And he wants them to put it in as trials, right? Like, brother, They haven't said anything at that. They haven't hinted at that and everything. This is just you being conspiratorial, like the fucking chatter told you.
You're making a claim like a fact. You don't know. You're speculating.
Yes.
These are facts.
Yes.
You're a bad listener. That's a fact.
Oh, wow.
You're a terrible listener. I said, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I believe it was price anchoring. You're just bad at listening.
Yeah, you believe it was price anchoring. Brother, you're just dented. You obviously don't have an understanding of what that word is. Maybe you heard that from somebody and you've just been running with it. I mean, brother, come on, right? Just hang it up, brother. Just hang it up.
Buy it.
And listen up. Look at him snapping at his audience yet again.
You're a terrible listener. I said,
terrible listener.
I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I believe it was price anchoring. You're just bad at listening.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah. Lono's just going with word on the street.
state these as facts. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you are. You sure do have your chest out. You're literally crashing the fuck out, dissing the Xbox audience, right? Which is crazy because you like to LARP like this is gaming coverage, right? You would think that you would want to have, people that are on PlayStation listening to you, people that are on Xbox, Nintendo, right? But you're just a fucking console warrior channel. I mean, you're literally sneak dissing the Xbox audience and whatnot, brother. Like, that's exactly what you're doing. You're acting like you're a fact, like it's a fact, right? John Roos says,
Come on, you should know this.
come on, Sigs, you should know he's right all the time. That's right. Where's Count Vladimir at, right? Rule number 1, Lono's always right.
can state it as a fact that they raised the price, lowered it to the normal inflationary increase that all other subservices did. That's a fact. That's factual. They removed one of the biggest titles that everybody celebrated going to Game Pass. That's a fact. The door is now open for first-party titles to no longer go to Game Pass day and date. That's a fact. These are all facts. I just tied it up with a bow and said...
Yeah. He just tied it up with an Xbox bad bow.
This was all on purpose.
Yeah.
I think this was all on purpose. I think the first year they lost all that money.
He's just...
Stop the fear mongering.
Yeah, he just took all the stuff that was factual and he's just fear-mongering it.
By putting Call of Duty on Game Pass, I think they executed this operation second year. I think it was all part of the plan. They were like, nope, can't do that again. No, we cannot put Call of Duty on Game Pass ever again. Here's a crack squad idea. I tell you what we do. Raise the price of Game Pass to an absurd degree. Do a 50% price increase. And then when you lower it later and everybody's happy that you're lowering it, that's when you take Call of Duty off.
No, but I think that's dense. Right. Now, granted, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and try to talk like it's a fact, but I feel like getting somebody to subscribe is like the main goal. And I don't feel like that's something you want to play around with, right? Because once people leave the service, it's hard to get them back on. So I genuinely think they were just being greedy. Maybe they thought that their service had that much value, but either way, that is not price anchoring. And it's just so funny. Like I said, price anchoring, typically they have two products that they show at the same time with two different price tags. One will have an inflated price tag. The other one will come in and you'll be like, oh, this is the more affordable one, and they'll see the value because they've been fear-mongered by the fucking high price tag. Xbox did not do that, right? That's a shitty plan for them to raise the price for everybody to fuck off, to leave the service so much that they crashed the goddamn website, and then like a couple months later, however long it's been, be like, LOL, we were just kidding, right? Jokesies. JK, get back on the service, right? Like, that's not how that happens.
They manufactured.
Lono doesn't realize how fucking dumb that sounds. It sounds dented. Extremely dented.
Their own exit strategy of getting Call of Duty off of Game Pass.
Bro, I think they just listened to what people were saying because a lot of people were speculating that the reason why the price increase was because of Game Pass. And you guys like to say you were right all the time. So let's play devil's advocate and say that you guys were right and that the reason why the cost was inflated was because of Call of Duty, right? They removed it. They lowered the price. And there's people that are excited about it. They see value in the service. So why does that get you so upset, Lono?
They lose.
I guarantee you if PlayStation offered a similar service for the same price, he'd be over the moon about it.
$300 million putting Call of Duty on Game Pass in 2024. Then, I'm sorry, in 2025. No, it was in 2024, sorry. Then in 2025, they're like, hey, I tell you what we do a 50% price increase on Ultimate. Well, why would we do that? Well, we're going to lower the price later and we'll remove Call of Duty. How else
conspiracy, Lono.
do you remove Call of Duty from Game Pass? Come up with
the way they just did, you take it out.
better strategy than the one they came up with. You won't be able to. You think they...
Oh, brother, that's not a good strategy. If the fucking first action left people leaving the service so damn much that the website crashed. I'm just going to keep on bringing that up.
Stumbled into this.
Because that's the thing about this, and it's all just very tribalistic. It's really just a way for him to sneak diss the Xbox audience because he's somewhat talking about them like they're fucking sheep. And I don't know. Like I said, I went live the night when that shit happened and everything. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. So many people left, the website crashed. It doesn't sound like sheep to me. It doesn't sound like a smart idea either.
You think they slipped on a banana peel? Microsoft, of all companies, you think they just slipped on a banana peel and they came up with like literally the best way to take Call of Duty off Game Pass? They got people to celebrate the removal of Call of Duty from day and date. They got people to celebrate that. Open your eyes. And
that's what it really just boils down to, right? The price has been lowered. Call of Duty's off Game Pass. Like I said, I'm speaking for myself, but I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. The value of Game Pass was not being able to play Call of Duty. He's just upset that there's people that are happy about this shit, so he's just here, goddamn,
We need war.
To let them know that they should not be happy and that Ekbach is still bad.
That was the plan. There was no other way to take Call of Duty off of Game Pass day and date. The only way you do it is you price anchor. So then everybody's like, oh, thank goodness they're lowering the price. Gee, many.
Yeah, but that's usually within the same transaction, right? When you price anchor, like I said, usually you have the cheaper option available. So when they say hell nah and they're done cursing you out because you tried to sell them something so fucking expensive, you can say, hey, relax. Right? And if they're a new member, you can say, oh, we have a new member package, right? For the new people. If they're an older member, you can say, oh, we have a loyalty member, gas their head up and make them think that they're getting a good fucking deal. Like I said, I done worked some shiesty-ass salesman job. And I guarantee you Lono probably has too. That's why I don't get why he's being so disingenuous about this. That is not price anchoring.
Christmas. Well, we're going to have to take Call of Duty off day and date. That's fine. That's fine. Lower the price. It is
right. I mean, didn't Pony say COD is bad and was bad for years now? Who worry about it not getting there? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Good point.
It is literally the absolute best plan to get Call of Duty off of Game Pass day and date. I don't know how you could see that.
I mean, well, let's play devil's advocate. They could have just took it out and said it was too expensive and kept the price the same. And why don't you just be honest and take the mask off, Lono? You would have preferred for them to do that. You would have preferred for them to do that because you just want Ekbach bad. That's just what you want.
Way. It was by design.
Right. Alex said it's the best. It's like said it best. It's like a car dealer telling you the sticker price, and I'll give it to you under the price. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You show like a car that's extremely expensive. People look, they like the car, they want to get it, but they don't have enough money. Then you say, oh, don't worry, we were able to work out a deal out back, right? You know, you seem like you got a good family and everything. Don't worry, we got your back. We can actually give you this car for this price. Right. And the funny thing about that shit is there'll be sometimes some customers will come in and they'll buy the most expensive shit. Right. And in those cases, you ain't supposed to say shit. It's shitty, but that's price anchoring.
Companies this size don't stumble into these sorts of things. This wasn't an accident. They weren't like, oops-a-daisy. We just
yeah. It was just a galaxy brain play from Microsoft. They just can't keep getting away with it, dude.
Accidentally stumbled into a plan where we got the public and the Xbox loyalists to celebrate a price anchor and removing Call of Duty from day and date. People.
Yeah, well, you're calling it a price anchor when you have no facts to back up that it was a price anchor, right? What's happening is there's Xbox loyalist fans who are happy that the price went down because times are hard and people are struggling, right? But you don't want to give them credit for that, so you have to do this whole conspiracy theorist thing.
Celebrated that. They're so good.
Yeah. The price went down. How are people celebrating that?
It blows my mind. They're truly impressive.
Oh.
Nobody's better at the game than them.
I mean, I don't know. You guys were hand-waving fucking DRM last week, right? Stop it.
Best. They're the best at this game. They're so good at it. It's why they're number one. Microsoft's number one, and this is why. How do you know they price anchored instead of simply the market rejecting the price?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what happened. The market rejected the price. They rejected it so harshly. The website crashed. I keep on saying this shit.
Track with this, Disco. Track with this.
Oh, wow.
Everybody else was raising their sub-service by $2 or $3. Come up with the reason why they were like, we're going to go up by 50%. And if you want to be like, oh, Fortnite Crew and UB Classics, no, that's not it. That was...
Oh, wow. Sponge is saying, but that's the thing. COD ain't leaving Game Pass. It enters Game Pass a year after it's... Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Wow.
Thrown in as a way to defend it. Like, well, we're going to go up by 50%. We need something in there to defend this, right? They're the only ones that decided to raise their subscription price by an absurd amount. And then they just happen to
and that was just
lower the
greed and stupidity, and it backfired on them.
price later to what
Clip him saying Microsoft is the best. I might have to.
number.
Cancel Game Pass was trending. Yeah, like this was terrible press.
Magically, they land on the inflationary increase that like everybody else did. $3. That's not an accident. They're the only ones that went that high. And then now they have their perfect reason to remove Call of Duty from day and date. I don't think a company this size stumbles in to such a perfectly shot. It's a freaking bullseye.
Wow.
They hit a bullseye. It's like, oh my
Oh, wow. So you think overall the deal is a good deal for consumers? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that this is an improvement, but you just don't want to give them credit?
gosh, you got people to celebrate a $3 increase and removing your biggest piece of property from day and date. How'd you do it? Well, I tell you.
Yeah, the biggest property on Game Pass, mind you. Now, don't get me wrong. I do know COD is a huge game. It makes a lot of money and everything. But like I said, these are the guys who've been shitting on COD, right? It's funny to me.
It was Steve's idea. I mean, we were just in a meeting, and he was like, why don't we try some good old-fashioned price anchoring?
So the Sony DRM isn't an accident as well. Yeah, exactly. And all I'm saying is I don't want to hear him talk about, oh, the public just goes along with it. Like, brother, PlayStation did the DRM shit and you defended them fucking tooth and nail. You didn't say shit for 3 days like a good old boy, and Sony didn't even have to say anything. That's how much they got you guys fucking trained, right? Shit. When the Xbox shit happened with DRM a while ago, brother, the Xbox guy said,
Nope, not happening.
got the shit overchanged. So, I mean, I'm just saying, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
Be the one company whose price increase on their subservice is celebrated by its user base. We'll be the one company that does it. When they're the only company that managed to do this, that managed to get people to celebrate that kind of a price increase, a couple of dollars, that's not by accident. It's by design.
Yeah, the same way by design how PlayStation gets you guys to hand wave fucking DRM, right? And shout out to Bog Loud, right? He says, am I the only one playing PCS X2, right? I haven't been on that shit. I'm going to keep it 1,000, right? Let me double check, see what this shit is, right? Just to make sure, goddamn. Right? Shout out to Bog Loud. Oh, the emulator. I've been playing the RPCS3. That's the one that I've been on, right? Shout out to RPSC3, right? That's how I ended up playing fucking Uncharted and whatnot. Shout out to emulation, right? Shout out to Bog Loud. I need to check that shit out. I know that PlayStation 2 got some bangers.
It's your opinion, though, fam? Oh,
yes.
Incredible Black, if you weren't here, I would have thought I was sharing your opinion. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's just you got your chest out and you're talking, like I said, you keep on sneak this and talking about the Xbox audience, right? And I mean, you like to make it seem like you're neutral and you have people from all walks, people who are on all different types of, hardware and whatnot. You're pretty much calling them gullible and everything. And you're acting like what you're saying is fact when it's not. It's just your opinion.
It's my opinion. That's the show.
Oh.
That's the show. Argue with what I'm saying. I don't need to be constantly reminded that that's my opinion. Jiminy Christmas.
Here we go.
Like, if you weren't here, I tell you what I'll do. I'll go to PetSmart, I'll get a parrot, and I'll train him to say that, and that'll just save you the trouble of having to type it. That's just your opinion. That's just...
Yeah, and teach him how to beg, too, right? Why don't you teach him how to beg, and also teach him how to get on... how to get on the keyboard and ban people as well. That'd save you some time too.
Your opinion, yes. Yeah. That's the show, bro. That's
yeah. Teach that parrot how to ask for members
what
as well.
You tuning in for? What do you think we're doing?
Yeah. Just
We need war.
Just Xbox batted.
Minstree, I'm sorry I missed your resub. 56 months in a VIP.
Oh, there we go.
Do you think Xbox raised Game Pass to 30 knowingly that they would lower it to 23 so fans would say this was a win?
Yeah. Teach them how to say, remember to renew your memberships. Yes. I mean, brother, he said to get a parrot. I'm on board with it. I definitely think he should.
They're paying more now without COD 30 days ago. That's exactly right.
Right, I could just see him with the fucking parrot saying "homie." Right, I don't know why your boy sings this. I've watched too much of this content. I can just see him with a parrot saying fucking homie, right? I don't know. John Bond the Zombie's in here with his fucking AI skills, brother. He might have to make that shit happen, right? Shout out to Dirk Mikowski. He says, hi, Sigs in chat. Hope all is well. I'm doing great, man. I hope all you guys are doing great, right? I hope you guys are enjoying the Lono out. Right? I told you that Xbox Bad was firing off the chart, right? Shout out to Dirk Mikowski, man. W's in the chat, man. I appreciate it, Dirk. Shout out to Dirk,
They
man.
still got to increase the price and remove Call of Duty all in the same swing.
Oh, he's still going. Yeah, Cope Sip.
And their fans celebrated it.
And their fans celebrated it. Look at it.
They're the kings. Bow before your king. They are the kings. They're the kings. Ponies find anything to deflect on how PlayStation are doing? I'm not sure what you're talking about. They just delivered an excellent exclusive that's within Game of the Year nomination territory. Saros is fantastic. It's a critical triumph.
Did you see how he switched gears right there, right? You see how he switched gears?
Sound like a PS5 cheerleader?
He was like, oh, what are you talking about? They just got a nomination, and you just rolled out an exclusive with a whole bunch of nominations. Well, what are you talking about?
We need war.
Oh, buddy.
They're the kings.
One more time.
Ponies find anything to deflect on how PlayStation are doing?
Yes. The ponies do deflect to anything to deflect on how PlayStation is doing. Yes.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. They just
Oh, he's talking about your show, Mr. Pony General.
delivered an excellent exclusive that's within Game of the Year nomination territory. Saros is fantastic.
Yeah. Game of the Year nomination territory.
It's a critical triumph.
Yeah.
Seemingly also a commercial triumph. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Who cares about COD? Well, the Xbox fans sure did care about COD for the entire ABK trial.
Oh God, yeah.
They
So that's all that this is. This is just trauma. What do I say about the ABK Cope all the time? These are just wounds that never healed, right? This is just turning into ABK Cope now.
Cared an awful lot about COD when it got put on Game Pass.
Right, shout out to John Bond the Zombie. He says I'm on it.
They certainly cared an awful lot about it. I mean, it was huge bragging rights. What are you talking about?
They're talking about the state that the game's been in for like years now. A lot of people have been saying that the game is ass.
What do you mean? Saros is Garbo. You're a
Jim Ryan is an Xbox fan? That's a good point, right? Oh, and did someone just say Saros is Garbo? Oh, shit, right?
I hammer them.
Oh, shit.
What do you mean? Saros is Garbo. Your opinion's Garbo. You probably haven't played it and you read Twitter. Thank you so much for the gifted member, Siege. Like,
Your opinion's Garbo, and you probably didn't play it. You're just on Twitter.
they just appointed a bunch of folks to
Yeah, so full, Lono. Crawling in my skin. Those ABK wounds, they just won't heal. Oh, they'll never heal.
over Xbox that are all AI.
Yeah.
And this is after Satya Nadella walks out and says, "This is what we're doing. All of our infrastructural work, all of our development work, everything's going to be got agentic AI instituted into it at some degree." Saros is your game of the year. Then they also have a console exclusive with Phantom Blade Zero coming as well as Wolverine.
And you see how quick he turns into a robot. Got them. They also have a console exclusive with Phantom Blade Zero, right? Console exclusive, right? Let me check the DMs real quick. It seems like John Bond the Zombie's on it, right? W's in the chat for John Bond the Zombie. He says Lono wants $1. Oh, buddy, yo, shout out to John Bond the Zombie, right? We're sitting here talking all this shit about AI. I mean, I'm telling you, it has its uses, man. I mean, goddamn, right? I knew I wasn't tripping. See, your boy Six is a visionary, dog. I'm telling you, if he had a fucking parrot and he was just sitting there saying, renew your memberships, gotta hit the next milestone. Oh, buddy, I'm telling you, shit, I would become a member, right? It's so accurate. I'd become a member, shit.
I don't see why you have to invoke PlayStation. What does PlayStation have to do with what's going on?
Oh, well, they know that you're...
You sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
I mean, let's just cut the crap, Lona, right? They know that you're a PlayStation cheerleader, right? And like I said, you're like literally up here sneak dissing, talking shit about the audience who's happy about a service that was way expensive before it being lowered in price. right? And I mean, they're just, they're bringing it to your home turf.
We need war.
Right? They know that PlayStation's your anthem, buddy. The question is why you get so upset when they're talking about PlayStation.
I don't understand. Why do you guys always have to invoke PlayStation? PlayStation has nothing to do with this. This is a company that's continually evolving their entire gaming division in a way that many of us said they would do it. And your death rattle of fighting back is to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
We need war.
You catch that? Your death rattle of fighting back.
And your death rattle of fighting back is to talk about PlayStation. You guys got this wrong every step of the way. The guys that cheered for the ABK trial, wrong. The guys that said ABK trial would be better for the business and the customer, wrong. The guys who said it was just going to be 4 games and the big titles wouldn't go, wrong. The people
just 4 games.
that said, oh yeah, they're going to turn things back around. They're going to really focus on the console again, wrong. They're going to go back to exclusives, wrong. Like, they're not going to do stuff with AI, wrong. Like, how could you be wrong so consistently about what the brand is doing, and then your only thing you can do is, like, talk about PlayStation?
Brother, you were wrong every step of the way. He swears he was right. Brother, you've been wrong about just about everything.
Only game that's good this year coming for you is Wolverine. I don't know. I've played a lot of great games this year because I don't care about who owns the publisher. I mean, I played...
Oh, brother, yes, you do. You've been up here glazing exclusives, right, in defense of PlayStation. Don't you sit here and try to change.
It looked phenomenal. They just pushed out a free update to the PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro, you sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
I am gay for the Pro.
Right? He's just like, what does that have to do with PlayStation?
The implementation of Resident Evil 9 was also amazing.
Where's the GTA 6 trailer? Like, literally, he was just wrong the day before.
No, I don't care about the things you care about, so I'm
you do.
having a lot
you do. It seems like you guys are going back and forth.
better time in gaming than you are as you're mauling in my chat about PlayStation when we're talking.
Brother, you're mauling in his chat about Xbox. You're mauling about Xbox lowering the fucking price and removing Copilot from the Xbox console, brother. Like, you are silly. Just projection, all right? Just complete. And look at it. He does the little hand. I want you guys to peep the little hand. Like,
when we're talking about Xbox.
Yeah. It's like,
he's not even telling.
He's like, what? What are you guys doing, right? I'm just serving the Xbox bad, right? I mean, holy shit. Okay, right. So we are gonna get some more Cope, right? I'm telling you, the Cope continues. He loves talking about the Pro. Does he realize almost nobody has one? And doesn't the Pro use AI? Right? Am I tweaking right? Or doesn't the Pro use AI? Right? I thought AI was bad, dude. All right, now peep this shit, right? Because it continues. God damn it.
All of the things that those of us that were against ABK were concerned about. Then the entire time I kept saying, this is not about PlayStation. You guys that have no ability...
This is not about PlayStation. We just want to focus on Xbox and talk shit about Xbox all day, right? It's not about PlayStation.
To see beyond your, like, incredibly simplistic view of the world that, oh, well, you're just a pony. I was an immense, huge Xbox...
I mean, well, you are just a...
You sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
I mean, yeah, you are just a PlayStation fanboy. I'd say that's like the biggest detriment to this little show that you try to run.
Fan going into this gen, and they fumbled and they misled and they lied and they kept people on the hook with calendars and roadmaps that never came to fruition. And now every single time we have to have one of these conversations, I have to hear
so the games never came to fruition
from the 2 brain cell spark that you managed to spit out in my YouTube chat about, like, well, you're just being a pony and you're just coping because Sony bad. And it's like, you sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
I mean, there definitely is some cope riddled throughout the stream, and there you go again, insulting people's intelligence, right? Just because they disagree with you, right? And you wonder why your channel's not growing.
Oh yes, because Xbox just done.
Yeah, now he's insulting his chat. Yeah, like on clockwork. I was waiting for that to happen.
Phenomenal the last 6 years, and they're just in such a great standing right now with their first party delivery, their hardware saturation. They're just doing great.
My hardware saturation, console sales, right? And first party delivery, but he was just saying he didn't care about that type of shit a few minutes ago.
They're doing so well. PlayStation, meanwhile, is having their best generation ever as far as profitability and a steady cadence of first party, second party, and third party exclusive.
A steady cadence of 1 to 2 tentpole titles and money hatting. I mean, come on, brother. And all these console sales still hit you guys over the head with the price hikes, right? Even though Moore's Law is dead, said you guys had gobs of RAM, right? You know what I mean? Come on. And you want to talk about just 4 games, right, brother? They put their whole entire tentpole titles on fucking PC. Hell, they even sent Helldivers over to Xbox. Right? You like to sit here and take victory laps talking about you were so right and you've been calling this shit and everything. You were on your Colin Moriarty shit saying that the shit wasn't going to go to Xbox and you crashed out when the shit happened.
But sure.
For weeks you crashed out when that shit happened.
Sony bad if that makes you feel better. It has nothing to do with Sony.
I mean, all the corporations are greedy. I mean, come on now, right? And nobody's even really saying Sony's bad. They're just saying you guys never talk about the negative shit about PlayStation. You guys sit around and focus about the negative shit on Xbox. That's all. And if you weren't a fanboy, you wouldn't even get mad if somebody brought that up. You would just be like, yeah, true. Right? But you're a fanboy, so, you know.
We need war.
At this point, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just surprised.
I hammer them.
I'm just surprised that guy's still in your fucking chat at this point.
Xbox continues to evolve and change right before our eyes. And when I'm sitting here saying, this isn't going to be good, this isn't going to be good, this isn't going to be good, and whenever it turns out to not be good.
Yeah, and that's what your coverage is. And that's why it's become a joke. That's why everybody just laughs at you, right? Because literally everything they do, it's this isn't going to be good. This isn't going to be good. They lowered the price. This isn't going to be good. It's just they removed Copilot from the Xbox. This isn't going to be good. Everything is just it's not going to be good. It's comical, brother, and you don't even get it.
And I try to say, yeah, this isn't very good. I got to hear, but Sony though, like what the heck does that have to do with this?
Yeah. What about Sony?
When Sony shut down Bluepoint, I was heavily critical. I'm still heavily critical of it.
No, you weren't. You talked about it for 2 minutes in your fucking intro.
I still think that was a short-sighted decision. None of you showed up to be like, yeah, you're right.
I showed up and I documented it, right? But you'll never give me any credit because you're bad faith.
Criticize Sony. You somehow always miss those shows.
Yeah. Well, I missed a show where you criticized them for DRM, right? but I caught the shows where you showed up and you were fucking calling people out saying that they needed to do retractions like the DRM shit was a hoax, right? That's why I just think it's so funny you want to get up here and talk about people who just hand wave shit and Microsoft is the king and everything. Not when you and your fucking cronies all were defending fucking DRM the way that you were. I just think it's very bad faith, very platitudinous, right? But as you can see, right, he's already called the guy. It said that the guy has 2 brain cells and everything. Coping, right? And then that's where all I got to say is this next blow, because the one guy continues, by the way. Come on, you should know this. This one was, all I can say was this one was wicked, brother. When they criticize them, it's never genuine. It's never genuine. It's so he can do it. He could do what he did just now. See, I held them accountable. Yes. And don't worry, we're going to get deeper into that, right? Pause. But just peep this shit. Because mind you, all this is over the Copilot and AI and everything, right? Watch this shit.
Inflationary cost of actual development costs going up. But some of it is quite literally they wanted to reinvest and they wanted these studios to do a good job. They spent on Concord. Let me guess, you think they spent $400 million on Concord because you never actually looked into it and you believe tweets.
Well, you were just literally sitting here glazing PlayStation, talking about how they've had their most successful gen and everything. I mean, he just called out facts. Weren't you earlier saying, that's a fact, that's a fact? He's just stating a fact. Why are you being so bad faith, Lono?
Again, the Concord, insinuating that Concord was a failure, you don't need to insinuate that. Nobody tries to defend Concord. It was an absolute
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing right now.
It was. But they also invested a heavy amount of money in a bunch of great sequels. Their studios are in some of the best shape they've ever been. They've grown, they've hired, they've expanded. Yes, they've shut down Bluepoint. I'm never going to give them a pass on that. I thought that was short-sighted and stupid.
Oh, but we barely hear you talk about it.
But they also delivered a steady stream of sequels. See, this is what always happens. I know what you're doing. You come in on a day like today, and what you do is you bait me into talking about PlayStation. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's it. That's all you get from me. You got...
Wow.
I hammer them.
Yeah, and there we go, right? We know that we know how this works, right? We've seen this story. We've seen this script time and time over again, right? It's not Lono's fault. He gets baited easily, right? But it's the chatter's fault, right? You're coming here in bad faith.
5 minutes. We're not doing that. I'm done playing your games. I know what you guys do. You come in with that plan of like, well, start taking shots at PlayStation and go Sony, though. No, done. Back to what we were talking.
Yeah. The host is a PlayStation fanboy, right? Just start bringing up some of the negative things that PlayStation has done, and he'll get you the fuck up out of here. He'll start coping and seething, right? Yeah, a steady stream. That's what I'm saying. A steady stream of 1 to 2 tentpole titles, just coping about. right? Just flat out coping, right? Um, okay, now pretty much this is how this shit ends right here, right? Because I guess this guy may have been new to Lono's chat, right? I mean, he ends up coping, but he's just spreading the same conspiracies, just looping and everything, right? Starfeeder says, as a PlayStation fan, having a whole gen with no Naughty Dog game, no Last of Us 3 is the biggest L ever. Hey, man. Talk that shit, right? Lono, don't say that in Lono's chat.
I hammer them.
Right? He'll say that you're being platitudinous and bad faith, right? He's learning from the Leering Center about not being baited, and one man. I mean, brother, he gets one guy like it's Nathan. I told you, he's a walking one guy. Pause. Right? Okay, now listen to this shit, right? Because someone throws their hat in about the whole ABK discussion. Maybe they didn't know who the fuck Lono was. This is one of his viewers, and just listen to this shit right here.
It was like, well, we're spending too much money. You can't do exclusives with these. So
yeah, you can't do exclusive with these.
Because I wasn't one of the diehard Xbox fans that was defending Phil's decisions and all the Xbox leaders. I certainly had hope in Phil as a somewhat relatable gamer, but I didn't like any of the directions Xbox was going. Which means you don't like Microsoft, because the directions that Xbox has been going has all been at Microsoft's behest.
Yeah, Xbox bad, dude.
I've already stated I was in favor of ABK as an FU to Sony and PlayStation fanboys, not a huge W for Xbox. I don't know why I continue to engage with folks like you on the subject. I mean,
Soulful, Lono, soulful. That's what I'm saying. I guess maybe this guy didn't know, but Lono's
sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
I mean, what a little slap to Lono's face that he supported the ABK deal just to see the pony, just for a fuck you to the ponies, right? He just said that to one of the pony generals, right?
For Xbox.
One more time.
Sony, Microsoft's behest.
Yeah.
I've already stated I was in favor of ABK as an FU to Sony and PlayStation fanboys, not a huge W for Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know why I continue to engage with folks like you on the subject. I mean, I appreciate your honesty and candor, but it means there's no reason to have this conversation with you. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, you're on the wrong side, and don't you know that Lono's a PlayStation fanboy? Why don't you need to care about the? Why don't you need to care about the corporation? Do you like Microsoft or Sony? What a strange way to look at the gaming landscape. He's never beaten the cheerleading allegations. I know. He could care less about the games, brother. He cares about the brands. It is so fucking obvious.
You cheered for one of the biggest acquisitions in the world within gaming, as an FU to Sony and PlayStation fanboys. Like, truly dealing with high levels of intellect here.
Wow.
We need war.
From this guy, it's like, oh, that hurt him so bad. Look at him looking down at his phone, right? Yeah, W cheer. I mean, brother, like I said, that ABK, all I can say is wounds that never healed. He's sitting there, yeah. Suffer, Lono, suffer. Right? I mean, holy shit, dog. Just some flat out funny ass shit, right? Okay. Now, I do want to kind of show you guys this because I do think this would be actually kind of interesting. Let me make sure that I'm not missing any nonsense before I show you guys this, because this shit is actually going to make you guys laugh, right? In my opinion, right? Because this was a stream from today, and today he didn't even really talk about anything, right? Didn't really talk about Nathan at all. He really was just kind of coping about the stuff with Marathon, and you guys know he has his whole thing with Bungie and everything. We're not even going to get into that, but I want you guys to see what happens during this conversation when they pull up PlayStation's push for AI, right? Because I want to remind you guys, right? A lot of these guys haven't been talking about this. Let me see if I can find this shit, but look at this shit right here, right? The PlayStation CEO, Hideki Nishino, right? Or Hideaki, however the hell you pronounce his name, right? Nishino. He pretty much is talking about AI, right? Let's see what Lono has to say today when this shit gets pulled up, right? Let's see. Let's see what he has to say.
Sure. I just think that's worrying. I know agentic AI.
Oh, my bad. Let me pull it back a little bit. My bad.
Looks like PlayStation also sees AI as a significant aspect of the future. I just think that's worrying. I know agentic AI is like all the rage right now, but I really think they need to be very, very careful. I get it. Everybody's going to be using it.
Oh, so now you get it and everyone's going to be using it. Okay.
Use it as an enhancer. Do not use it as something that's going to supplant creative process. Don't use it as a crutch. Like,
I agree. And you know what's crazy? I agree, but it's just crazy. He doesn't have this type of lens with anyone else, right? But he understands with PlayStation.
Hideaki Nishino is saying like they're very confident in the future of AI and how it's going to help them. I don't know. Read on how they plan on using it, though.
I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, no. You know. Wait a minute. 2 days ago, you were the AI expert, right? Is he not going to fearmonger this?
Nope. Not happening.
Not happening it, right? We're just fucking hand-waving this shit.
Civics?
Yeah, but the same can't be said to Xbox, and that's what I'm saying. And you know what? I don't even have a problem with that type of outlook, right? Because it looks like these devs are going to be using AI anyways, right? We know what AI slop is. We've seen AI hallucinate and do bullshit and everything. We just want, good games, essentially, right? So, we'll just have to see how it plays. But he doesn't want to afford that same luxury to Xbox. It's just bad faith. That's why people laugh at him.
There's a right way and a wrong way.
A right way and a wrong way.
Yeah, I definitely think we've seen companies use it in good ways and bad ways. I don't think AI is the devil. I don't think it's terrifying.
Oh! You guys, and you see, this is why I kind of feel bad faith, right? I kind of feel bad faith because we just sat here and listened to this guy say so much hot air about fucking AI, right? And now look at this shit, right? Hideaki Nishino is sitting here saying, yeah, we think AI is the future. We're going to use AI. We're leaning into AI. And he's sitting here saying, I don't think it's the devil. I think it's all about how you use it. It's just crazy.
AI performance. AI will increase the volume of diversity. Trusted franchises are promising high quality.
Right. Sponge later said, as I said, must defend PlayStation. Yes.
AI amplifies creative freedom. It lets designers focus on storytelling and less on routine workflows. For like, he's showing it working on like hair movement. It'll help studios realize their creative visions. They got all their studios listed here, emboldened by AI. You will notice that Bungie is now listed as a PlayStation studio. Like they're right up there with Firesprite, Ben, and Asobi.
Yeah, and listen, changes the subject. Literally only talked about it for a minute and a half. Didn't have much to say, but like I said, did a whole Xbox bad stream. When it was AI. Yeah, listen to AI Positive. Yeah, that was the clip right there from that stream. But like I said, I just find that shit so funny how he just completely switches up. It's insane. And this is why people say that he's biased. This is why people don't take his coverage seriously, because he's just a fanboy. He doesn't keep that same energy, and he makes it very obvious, extremely obvious, right? I mean, it's crazy. Insane, right? Okay, now listen to this. We got a little bit more of Sorrow's Cove. God damn it.
I'm behind, but it's been fun listening to you shoot down some of the dumb takes. Saros' Garbo, that was a wild take.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the people that when someone says that, I'm like, you haven't played. Like, why do I care what you think about a game you haven't played? You know what I mean?
It seems like you cared very much, right?
Like, it's Garbo, it's bad, it's like, you haven't played it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and that's how we feel when you talk about Crimson Desert.
Like, critically acclaimed. And
critically acclaimed.
Let's just just check in on that old user score.
Yeah.
Somewhere between a 92 and a 94%. That's an incredible score.
Yeah.
You sound like a PS5 cheerleader.
Yeah, my user score and critically acclaimed, dude.
Like
Yeah. Incorrect opinion detected. Yeah. Yeah.
Like clockwork, man. That friggin' boot screen.
I mean, just crazy.